Welcome back to the Car Loom. Today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most beautiful and legendary Ferraris ever made, the 2004 Ferrari 360 Modena. As you look at this breathtaking front-angle shot, you can immediately see why this car is considered a true automotive masterpiece. The iconic Ferrari design language of the early 2000s is perfectly captured in the sleek curves, aggressive stance, and the piercing headlights that instantly remind you that this is no ordinary sports car, but a machine built with precision and passion straight from Maranello. Moving to the side profile, you really start to appreciate the aerodynamic design. Every line has purpose, every curve is shaped by performance. The 360 Modena was Ferrari's step into the modern era, replacing the F355 and bringing with it a lighter aluminum space frame that helped reduce weight while increasing rigidity. Seeing it parked next to a luxury villa, it feels more like a piece of fine art than just a car, blending elegance with raw power in a way only Ferrari can achieve. From the rear, the car shows off one of its most iconic views. The quad exhaust pipes, the round tail lights glowing in the night, and the unmistakable Ferrari badge in the center all scream performance heritage. This is the angle that many car enthusiasts would call the Ferrari signature. The 360 Modena wasn't just about looks, though. Underneath that rear deck lid sits the heart of the beast, and we'll get to that in a moment. Step inside the cockpit and you're greeted by pure Italian craftsmanship. The interior of the 360 Modena was a blend of luxury and racing DNA. You see the beautifully stitched leather seats, the purposeful steering wheel with the Ferrari logo, and of course, the iconic gated shifter. This was the last era where Ferrari offered the traditional manual gearbox, and many enthusiasts consider that metallic click of the shifter one of the most satisfying sounds in the automotive world. The tan leather interior creates a contrast against the bold exterior, making it both a driver-focused machine and a luxurious experience. Now let's take a look at what makes this car roar: the engine. Under the glass engine cover sits a 3.6-liter naturally aspirated V8, producing 400 horsepower and revving up to 8,700 RPM. The detail in the engine bay is pure Ferrari theater, with red intake manifolds proudly displaying the brand's racing DNA. This engine not only provided thrilling performance, but also one of the best exhaust notes ever created. Even today, when enthusiasts hear the scream of a 360 Modena at full throttle, they know it instantly. But of course, a Ferrari isn't meant to sit still. Watch as it comes alive on the highway, racing down an open stretch of road. The sound of that V8 bouncing off the walls, the motion blur capturing its speed. This is what Ferrari ownership is about. An emotional driving experience that connects man and machine in a way few cars can. The 360 Modena could hit 0 to 60 in just 4.3 seconds, and had a top speed north of 183 miles per hour. Numbers that, even by today's standards, are impressive, but in 2004 were truly exhilarating. Taking it to the track, the Ferrari 360 Modena shows its racing heritage. Watch it dive into a corner, tires gripping the asphalt, body leaning with grace yet control. This car was engineered not just for straight-line speed, but for balance and agility. Ferrari designed it with Formula One technology, including advanced aerodynamics that gave it stability and precision in every turn. It wasn't just a car you drove, it was a car that made you feel like a racing driver every time you held the wheel. From above, the aerial view of the 360 Modena winding through mountain roads is simply cinematic. You see the curves of the road and how naturally the Ferrari flows with the landscape, like it was designed to live on these roads. The open-air scenery, the red paint glowing against the backdrop of mountains, it's a reminder that Ferrari doesn't just build cars, they build experiences. Zooming in on the Ferrari emblem at the front, you're reminded of the brand's prestige. That prancing horse badge has represented decades of racing victories, passion, and craftsmanship. Owning a Ferrari isn't just about transportation, it's about being part of a legacy that stretches back to Enzo Ferrari himself. The 360 Modena proudly carried this torch into the new millennium. At night, under neon city lights, the 360 Modena transforms from a track weapon into a style icon. Reflections bounce off the polished body, the car looks alive, almost like a predator ready to pounce. Whether on a mountain road or a city street, this Ferrari always stands out. It's the type of car that makes people turn their heads, phones come out for pictures, and conversations start instantly. Parked in front of a modern mansion with palm trees, the 360 Modena perfectly blends performance with lifestyle. This was a car for those who valued speed but also demanded elegance. Back in 2004, celebrities, entrepreneurs, and athletes all gravitated toward the 360 because it wasn't just fast, it was a statement. When pushed to the limit, the Modena shows off its wild side. Flames spitting from the exhaust at night, the sound of the V8 echoing into the darkness, it's a pure symphony of power. This wasn't just engineering, it was passion turned into motion. On a coastal road at sunset, the car captures its most romantic moment. The golden light reflecting off the body, the waves crashing beside it, and the Ferrari cruising effortlessly, it's the dream of every car lover. To own one is to live that fantasy every day. And when you see it parked next to a modern Ferrari like the F8 Tributo, you realize just how timeless the 360 Modena's design truly is. Despite being over 2 decades old, it still looks contemporary, elegant, and desirable. Ferrari nailed the balance between futuristic design and classic beauty. Finally, as the spotlight falls on the 360 Modena in a studio setting, you're left with the lasting impression of why this car remains a legend. It wasn't the fastest Ferrari ever built, nor the rarest, but it struck the perfect balance between beauty, performance, and emotion. The 2004 Ferrari 360 Modena wasn't just a car of its time, it was a car ahead of its time. And even today, it continues to capture the hearts of enthusiasts all around the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the soul of the 2004 Ferrari 360 Modena. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of Ferrari's greatest creations, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Carloom, and share it with other car lovers. Until next time, keep the passion alive, and we'll see you in the next video.